since it's so close now.
We're live.
Oh, we are?
There was no timer.
There was no.
Hello, everyone.
countdown
I
clock.
turned it off already. So sorry. No timer, just us live and JoJo.
All right. I had to go downstairs to get a little note that I wrote to myself, which I will tell you about in a moment. Welcome to the Downsized Live. My name is Laraine Durham. I'm here with my husband of 23 years, Christopher Durham, and our cat, Jojo Durham.
JoJo Cornelius Durham, to be precise.
Jojo Cornelius Durham. Anyway, we're here to take your questions about weight loss with GLP-1 medications. I've lost over 50 pounds with compounded tirzepatide, and Christopher's lost over 100 pounds. He's done compounded, Mounjaro, Zepbound, back to compounded.
Yep.
Around the town and back again.
You name it.
The end.
The end. Thank you for joining us. So the way this works every week, if you're new here, is if you'd like to leave a question in the comment, please start it with like a QQQ so I make sure I see the questions. We'll try and get to as many as we can. If we don't get to your question, you can also go to our weekly or to our Ask Downsized, which is the video that runs on Sundays, and leave a question under that video. And we usually answer 10 to 15 questions each week on that as well. In addition to that, Lorraine's going to tell you.
Jojo would like to tell you, and we would like to tell you, that we are not doctors. We don't even play ones on YouTube. We can tell you our personal experience and what we've found in talking to over 150 people through our series Downsized Dish. We've also interviewed doctors. You can go back and watch our videos for all kinds of great info, or you could just ask us here, because I have a feeling there's a lot of new people coming to this GLP-1 space, especially with the Bridge program just launching, and people are figuring out, hey, these things work. And what was statistic that I said 11% of America is on a GLP-1 at this point?
I think 11% has tried a GLP-1. I think
tried.
1/8, whatever that percentage is on it.
Well, a lot of people try it and they're on it for a couple months and they're like, I lost, 5-10 pounds, big deal. Well, it's going to take some time because this is not fast weight loss.
Well, that number includes diabetics, sleep apnea. It doesn't necessarily mean it was all weight loss.
Well, I'm thinking about one person that we know who I had a conversation with on social media the other day that said, yeah, I was on it for a couple months. It made me nauseous and I stopped doing it. Well, these aren't start and stop medications, okay? Once you go on a GLP, it is a long-term plan. We're talking a year, 2 years, the rest of your life, perhaps. It is the medical treatment for the disease of obesity. It's not, your cabbage soup diet from 1985. We're on it for life.
That's right.
Right? I mean, I've lived my life up to this point, always trying to diet, always trying to lose weight, going to Weight Watchers, going to Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, the 17-day diet, the carbohydrate addicts diet. That was a good one because for 1 hour a day, you could eat all the carbs you wanted, but you couldn't eat carbs the other 23 hours of the day.
Are you kidding me? I could out-eat the whole day in an hour.
I would really go overboard with that.
Yeah, it would be easy to out-eat the whole day in an hour.
Ow, cat. Cat's attacking. She doesn't like when I gesture. Okay, sorry, Joe. All right, sit down. Oh.
JoJo, you're going to get kicked off the table if you're not being nice.
Yeah, medical treatment for the disease of obesity. JoJo's feisty today. I lost my whole train of thought. Take it away, Christopher.
Anyway, so we answer questions, we celebrate wins. Maybe you started medication, maybe you have a good weight loss, maybe it's just been a good week. It doesn't really matter. Tell us about it, and I might give you some confetti or a dancing robot or a Carlton. I'm gonna find some new ones here, or a dancing girl, or the seldom seen subscribe astronaut. And if it's really special, you get a picture of me from 1986.
Hope the girls
Full
put
head
that,
of hair.
The girls put that on TikTok. My dad, 1985. That was my dad. Was a TikTok trend a while back. They went through his pictures and found that one. Good times. Okay.
My senior trip to Washington, D.C.
Yeah. So if you're new here, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I know my OG watchers have already subscribed, so thank you for coming back. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and drop your questions in the chat. Go ahead and tell us, I don't know, what we need to know about you. What do we need to know that is happening with you today?
And you can ask anything. We'll answer almost anything. And if we don't know the answer, we might tell you we don't know the answer, or we might say we're not doctors, or I might say, oh my gosh, that's offensive. No, I probably won't. We talk about poop and pretty much anything you want GLP-1 related. I'm sure there are topics I have no earthly idea about, but
there must be. All right. We got any questions? We got any people out there? Is anybody watching? This thing on?
I know Linda Bookmiller was the very first question.
Just talking
for some
to a
reason
box.
I've lost
I was on and off TikTok today, and I saw, what's the lady's name with the glasses? AJ. And she was doing a live, and she was talking to another lady, and then they had Jamie Seltzler was on. Oh, good job, Gwen. Down 50 pounds. Gwen's here. They were talking to Jamie Seltzler, who had given a talk to a Lions Club group in North Dakota. Now, if you don't know Jamie Seltzler, he started at 650 pounds. And I think now he's in the 200s, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that. And what was my point of this story?
It's always hard to say what your point was, my love. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure Linda Bookmiller was the first comment. I can't get back. I can't get back to
TikTok. I don't know. Linda Bookmiller's here. Yeah. Linda Bookmiller got on the bridge program. Anna Hoover's here. Good evening, Anna Hoover. She says, good evening, Christopher and Laraine. Anthony's here. So you know it's going to be a crazy live with Anthony here in the chat, causing trouble. Linda Bookmiller's here. She's the voice of reason. Mary Murray's here. Welcome. Nice to see you, Mary. Gwen, everybody hit the like while we're not waiting anymore, but we appreciate that, Gwen. Thank you. And Gwen's a member. Michelle, also a member and one of our moderators. Who will I see in a few weeks at in the OC? The girls have been watching the OC. It's on like Netflix or something. The OAC, the Obesity Action Coalition
Your Weight Matters convention. Yes.
Convention. I like convention. It makes it sound.
It does make it sound official, doesn't it?
Regal. I think personally, we've probably brought a couple hundred people to that.
I think there's only a couple hundred people attending, so we probably did not bring a couple hundred.
Michelle Frank's attending. Lynn's coming. Dennis is coming. Darium's coming. Barb's coming. If I didn't mention your name, put it in the chat. I'm coming to the OAC
If you'd like to meet us in Orlando, let's talk about that for a minute.
I wrote it down on a piece of paper so I'd have my facts straight. You can go. If you haven't signed up yet, there's the code. I just emailed that to Lynn Becker today. She signed up immediately. Her and Jay will be there. They're driving in from where they live in Florida. So we're going to be at the Renaissance Orlando Hotel in SeaWorld for the OAC Your Weight Matters conference. You can use our code down there for $20 off your full registration. And on Saturday, July 25th, which is the last day of the conference, we're going to have a meetup, a Downsized meetup from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. in our little glassed-in
we have a podcast area. Studio that will be filming speakers, interviews, various things. So it's in the conference area around
because on Saturday the conference is open to.
Conference is not open. The trade show portion of it is open, so the booths you can come and look at.
For Florida residents.
You will not be able to get into the actual conference sessions, but you can look at the trade show stuff, and you can come meet us.
Come see us.
Those are absolutely free. But you have to go to our website at thedownsized.org, hit meetups, and you can register for the meetup. It's absolutely free, so no cost. It just lets us know you're coming.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you kind of like, we kind of know who's going to be there. Right. And we'll have some stuff to give away, some stickers and buttons and such as that. So if you're going to be there for the whole time for the conference, on Wednesday there's another meetup, and we're going to that too. That's at Magic Kingdom. That's
not ours though.
It's not. We're not in charge of that. We're just. It's Mike on a Mission, and Zach and his Prime have organized a meetup, and that's so. If you're going to be,
it's a bunch of TikTok people.
If you're going to be there on the 22nd. What did I say? The day before the conference starts. So on the 22nd, we're going to meet up at Disney World in the front of Magic Kingdom at 10 a.m. Bought the tickets today. They cost $5 million.
Disney's very expensive.
Disney is too pricey.
Anyway, so if you'd like to come see us, you can go register to sign up and come say hello.
Yeah.
We'll have some good tchotchkes. Make sure, if you're actually attending the conference, make sure to stop by the podcast booth as well. And we'll have bags and lanyards and all kinds of fun stuff.
That.
Just reiterating.
All right. It's Jess. Be you. You are the best at it. Hey, Jess. Evening, everyone. Val Fitzwater. Hey, from the Villages. Just Sherry-O. Hey, Christopher, Laraine, and fellow downsizers. I have my Zepbound in my fridge. Woohoo. PA was done 7-1. Approved 7-3, and got my pen 7-6. Well, isn't that amazing? Thanks again, Christopher, for all your informative videos. So in case you don't know what Sherry's talking about, the Medicare Bridge program started on July 1st. And guess what? It actually works. Like, people are actually getting Medicare medication through this Medicare Bridge program for $50. I'm so jealous.
We are not old enough to be eligible for that, but that's fine. We celebrate you guys being able to do it.
We want this Medicare program to work. We want people to get on it and be successful, and then the government will say, oh, maybe we can make weight loss medications available under Medicare, because currently they're not. So this is like a test program, and then
and then your insurance program will have the data from it and go, right. Oh, so this is good for us too.
Maybe it might trickle down to, everybody else's insurance from that. Okie doke. Lisa says hello. Jazzy says hello. Hey, Jazzy. Maria.mdc. Question. When I started tirzepatide, I still had the mindset I had to do very low carb to lose. I lost slowly, but consistently. Did you diet in the beginning? That's a great question, Maria, because people ask us all the time, what am I supposed to eat? Am I supposed to do low carb? Am I supposed to do keto? What am I supposed to do? Okay, you can do whatever you want to do. My advice to you is focus on protein and count grams of protein, especially in those first weeks. You want to be eating in a calorie deficit, but you're going to be in those first weeks or months, because you're just going to get appetite suppression. Hopefully that's how these medications work, right? I don't limit carbs per se, right? I had a piece of toast with my breakfast this morning. I eat kashi cereal. But I'm working out and I'm burning calories and I need energy. A lot of times people cut those carbs way down and they're like, oh, I'm so tired. Well, girl, you probably need to eat a carb or something. So, but some people find that a low carb diet works better for them. If that's you, go crazy. So I was on Weight Watchers when I first started back in September of 2023, and I switched over to their GLP-1 tracking, where basically I was just counting grams of protein. So now I try to get 30 grams of protein at each meal. You may not be able to do this if you're in the very beginning. 30 breakfast, 30 lunch, 30 dinner. That's about 90. That's my target. What's your target? I don't know. I'm not your doctor, but there are some protein calculators and things online. You can plug in your vital statistics and it'll give you an estimate. And, doctors.
And she doesn't cook.
And doctors vary whether it's 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight, or per 2 kilograms of body weight, so then you're converting to kilograms, and it's. I say I try to get between 80 and 100
to answer the
grams
question, no, we did not really diet.
No.
My goal from the very
I just
beginning
couldn't eat much.
was to make this as simple as possible and to eat the way I wanted to eat for the rest of my life, which meant I was going to buy as much fresh food as I could. So fresh meat, fresh produce, and focus on that. Yes, it did mean we minimized carbs, but we didn't count carbs. It wasn't a low carb diet.
Yeah.
But there were less, and it was a function.
and
It was a
stuff like
function
that.
of by saying we're going to eat more fresh food than processed food, you automatically had less carbs. Now there's still carbs in fruit and things, but most people's carbs are coming from packaged goods 90% of the time.
Nobody
So
got
when you
fat
eat
off
less
eating
of them,
bananas.
when you eat less of them, so it was really let's make some protein, let's make some produce of some kind fresh, and then let's add a little healthy carb where we can. And early on, honestly, the medicine hit me so hard.
It's like
It was
5
about
bites of
eating
food and
more.
we're
It wasn't
done.
about
Like,
eating less.
I remember literally like 5 bites of food and being like, I can't physically eat another bite. Now over time, so now we've been on these medications. It'll be 3 years in September. I don't feel like that, right? I can eat normal portions. I've always known what a portion was supposed to be. I just, my brain would never let me stop at a normal portion. I never got a full signal in my brain. I could eat and eat. Like sometimes at Thanksgiving, I remember being full, but other than that, hardly ever. Becky Clark gifted 1 Downsized membership. So 1 lucky member of our YouTube audience has just received a membership from Becky Clark. Thank you very much, Becky. How's that for my announcer voice? You think I could be an announcer on something?
Sure. And that is randomly awarded by the YouTube algorithm. So in case you're wondering how
that person and all of our Downsized members, Downsized Club members, can come to our members only live shows. We do those most Tuesday nights, and we have some other special perks and things. You can check out that join button below. Maybe later it'll take you to another video. Travis LR is here. Hello all. Michelle, I hope to meet you at OAC as well as many others. Hope to meet you there, Travis. Linda Bookmiller. Maria, I watched my sugar more than carbs. I know kind of related, but I still had some carbs. Yeah, I mean, processed foods, we know they're not good for us. We try to, minimize those, but every once in a while.
I don't really care about processing. Processing to me doesn't really matter.
Well, when I say processed foods, I'm thinking like things that aren't necessarily
what
nutritious.
Often happens with processed foods is we buy high sugar, high salt, high fat products because they can pack that in and you can eat it very, very quickly. So you end up eating a lot more than you really should be. So when you necessarily eliminate some of those things, you're going to reduce the amount of calories that you're eating, which is just going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anthony says, Jojo
Cam. Jojo's in a mood. It's hot outside and she doesn't like it because.
Oh, it's Brittany. Hey, Brittany.
It's Brittany.
Hey, girl. Hey, I was on her live or I wasn't on her live. I was at her live commenting the other day.
Yeah, you never know where we're going to pop in.
But she was like, do you want to come on? I'm like, sure, let us know. Let me know, Brittany. We'll come on your live.
Yeah, for sure. She's our neighbor, actually.
She
we don't
is.
live that far away.
She lives on the other side of Charlotte.
GS Shift Math, 1575. Hello, Downsized leaders. Vicky Lily. Oh, is that Vicky Lily?
That
hey,
is
Vicky Lily.
Lily.
You changed your name. All right. Lynn Cobb says, good evening, Downsizers. Good evening, Lynn Cobb. Franklin Michelle, I hit 150 pounds down. Girl, you're going to waste away to nothing. I mean, and I say that jokingly. We've met Michelle. She was on the Downsized cruise. Richie, 59, C59. Thank you for your $19.99 super chat on 6:30.
Richie.
What did I say?
Richie.
I did a Zoom with my doctor. I messaged her everything in your last video with all the instructions. She said her staff was going to send it in the next morning. 8 days later, my RX is sitting there full price. I'm sad. She did not follow the instructions. She did not watch the video. She did not do what you asked her to do. You gotta circle back to her. You gotta follow up. This ain't it. If it's coming up $500, $600, $1,200 at the pharmacy, that ain't it, kid. So you gotta go back to them. You gotta say, hey, you didn't do this right. You gotta code me for the bridge program. You gotta do all the things. That stinks. But yeah, and I really want to empower people to be able to speak up for themselves at their doctor's office, right? A lot of times we're like, well, they're the doctor and they're supposed to know everything. And I'm just gonna do what they say, I guess, because we gotta become active participants in our own health. We have to say what we want and have intelligent conversations with our healthcare providers.
So if you guys don't follow Brittany Losing, make sure you follow her. She has a great YouTube channel as well.
You took away the JoJo cam?
Well, it was just the back of JoJo.
Christy Zarjork. Hi. Hi, you all. I wasn't able to finish watching your interview on food noise. Could you please sum the study up? Thank you so much, Christy. That video posted just yesterday with a lovely lady. Her name is Dr.
Well, she goes by HM. It's Hanim. I won't get the whole name.
Okay. Basically, they're measuring food noise, right, Christopher?
Well, the whole point of it was they had noticed, particularly online and in social media, the whole conversation around food noise. And they wanted to figure out a way to measure food noise. So they developed a 5-question diagnostic tool, a questionnaire that they could push out. And they were able to measure food noise and begin to create a standard by which to measure it. And they're then, because this is at the Pennington Medical Research Center, they're then sharing that freely. So they didn't copyright it. They didn't trademark it. Anybody can use it. Mm-hmm. And so now they're getting people all around the world at both your doctor's office and, at other universities beginning to use it. There's not really a conclusion so much as just they're measuring it. And yes, it does indeed exist. Well, and yes, there are levels of it.
Yeah, because, to explain food noise to a naturally thin person who's never had a weight problem, they don't hear it. So they don't understand it. And they think, oh, well, just use your willpower. Don't you have any willpower? Well, I have food noise, and that makes me constantly look for food. When I'm eating one food, I'm thinking about eating the next food. So I'm glad that they're recognizing this is a real thing and measurable, so that we could see how bad it is. I don't know what's the why do we want food noise to be measured? Just so we can tell thin people we're not crazy?
No, because it's a point in the scientific process.
A point in the scientific
Sometimes things that are happening lead to the next bit of research.
All right.
So if you can't establish that food noise exists, you can't then do more research about what it is.
All right. Kirsten's here. Hi, JoJo. Hi, LNC. Hi, friends. We got JoJo here, Kirsten. Do you see her? Oh, there she is. There she is. Kirsten loves the kitties. The Tamika Michelle. Hey, Downsized crew. Well, hello, Tamika Michelle. Oh, there's JoJo Cam back in action. Sally Ann Good's here. Hello, CD, LD, and the rest of the Downsized gang. Sally Ann came on the cruise with us this past June. Jen Foxy. Good evening, all. This is my first live with you guys. And I love your channel. Well, thanks, Jen. Thanks for joining us. Len Beckard, were your ears burning? I was just talking about you. I just booked the seminars and hotel for the Obesity Coalition conference. Looking forward to seeing everyone. Yay! Lynn and Jay will be there. Yay!
And so that picture in her profile was they redid their wedding vows at the first annual Downsized
last
at
year.
Sea Cruise.
Mhm.
Fabulous. They invited everybody. The captain came and remarried
It's
them.
so fun. You guys have to do that like every cruise.
If anybody wants to come on the cruise, and it was very nice.
It was really nice. Yeah, JC Calamity Jane. Good evening, Laraine and Christopher in chat. I just hit shot 52 today. I think we've got an interview coming up.
I saw that.
JC Calamity
I think
Jane.
she sent me pictures.
Awesome. Hit shot 52. Maine Coon Woman's here. Hello, everyone. Maine Coon Woman 14. Not to be confused with 1 through 13. Gen X teen. For the first time, I had an injection site reaction. Oh, that's not good. Took my shot on Friday, and on Monday, I noticed was a bruise. Oh, yeah, I get those sometimes. Over the weekend, then was larger and redder. This was my 7th Zepbound shot. Hi, JoJo. Well, don't inject there again. Try a different injection site. But yeah, sometimes I get that little bruise. I don't know. I like to squeeze the fat. I'm squeezing it. You can't see. Squeeze the fat and then inject into the fat. And sometimes I just go with the needle. This is a trick Mayor Mindy taught us. That a nurse taught her. You take the needle. If you're going ka-chunk, 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 you can't do that with this guy. You can do that with this guy. So this won't apply to you, but sorry. I'll just finish my thought and then I'll come back to the
It's like she didn't read the question.
You can kind of just lightly touch your skin with the needle, and if some places are more sensitive than others.
So a couple of ideas, and there's thoughts on why this happens, but I don't know that there's any evidence on why it happens. But in the community, generally, make sure you're cleaning the site very well with a wipe. Make sure you've washed your hands. You're cleaning it with an alcohol wipe. When you take the shot, use another wipe, the other side of the wipe, and clean where you took your shot. There are some people who believe that they're allergic to the medication that's getting on their skin. I don't know whether that's actually true or not, but it doesn't cost you anything to wipe it off again, so it's worth a shot.
Yeah, and if you're on the pens like this, your medication it does not come with alcohol wipes, so you might want to buy some and do that. I've never had a bruise and the red spot at the same time. I did get an injection site reaction, what was a red spot once, but I think that was due to what was in my compounded medication. So I just switched the compounding to a different formula, and I didn't have that problem.
But so you might want to try either like a Benadryl cream or even an oral Benadryl if it persists, and talk to your doctor.
And ask your doctor. Yeah, take a picture of that and send it to them if you have like a portal situation. If nothing else, just to kind of document it, because if it happens again, they'll want to know that.
Sabrina Marie Sayer, who's a member. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm down 94 pounds today. Started January 29th, 2025. I couldn't have achieved this without a GLP-1.
Awesome. That's pretty good. Yeah. Good job. And thanks for being a member. Anthony says, JoJo, bring in the drama. Yeah, I don't know what her problem was there. I was trying to take a nap on the couch this afternoon, and she kept meowing at me. And she's a little upset with me. Debbie Watson says, I got my Zepbound quick pen today from Lily direct through the bridge program. Fantastic. So quick pens look like this, and they come with all the month worth of dose is in here. 4 doses are in here, and you just put a new needle on the end each time, and then you click, 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 click. So
now when you order them, make sure you're getting needles, and
somebody said they had to have a prescription for needles.
Some states require a prescription to buy the extra needles. So make sure so read whatever you're ordering. And we've actually gotten it from multiple different pharmacies. And some pharmacies send the needles and some do not. So make sure you know what you're ordering.
Click a box. Our daughter
tried
it at one point.
Make sure you do, because it doesn't work without the needles.
Yeah.
Now you can get them anywhere.
You can get them on. Somebody said you can get them on Amazon.
You can in some states. Some states they don't allow you to sell them.
They're not on my Amazon store. I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to give somebody the wrong thing.
Well, it wouldn't matter.
Terry Schwartz is here. Hi, everyone. Happy, wonderful Wednesday. Congratulations to her sister, Michelle. Simply Michelle.
Frankly, Michelle.
Frankly, Michelle. I don't know why I had brain deleted on that. On her 150-pound mark. Fantastic. Shannon, have you guys experienced any anhedonia when starting Zepbound? I have. I'm on shot number 4 of 2.5. And is anhedonia the skin sensitivity?
No, that's allodynia.
Anhedonia is the I don't give a shits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As Summer the dietitian says, the I don't give a shits. That's kind of quick to be on that. I definitely would reach out to your doctor and tell them about it. I'd look at any other medications you might be taking. What do you think about that?
No, I did early on. I mean, because a couple of those doses hit me pretty hard.
I mean, she's only on 2.5.
Yeah, I think 2.5 and 5 both did for me. Mm-hmm. But it was that kind of, sometimes I'm just kind of zoned out, just kind of like, that's where we like to say,
the Zep is Zeppin.
The Zep is Zeppin, as Traces of Twan says. Sometimes they just hit you a little bit hard. I mean, I can tell you, there's a couple of things to watch out for. You're probably not eating as much as you were.
Right.
Make sure you're getting enough nutrition. Your body still needs fuel even on these. And if your body's not getting the fuel it needs, it's going to like slow down and chill out.
Right. Because if you're fatigued too.
It also combines with fatigue, right?
Feeling.
So sometimes you're tired and it's the two kind of go together.
Mm-hmm.
So take a nap if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Take it day by day, and it will, that most of those early side effects as your body adjusts to the medication will begin to wane a little bit. It's not that they always go away forever, but most of those, really, that's the reason you come in at that lowest doses, so that your body can adjust to the side effects and get you going. You might also
don't move up. Don't move up right away if you're having this, Shannon.
You might also want to, do something more active just to get a little blood flowing and a little adrenaline going.
Endorphins going with a little walk or something like that. Wouldn't hurt, right? Wouldn't hurt. Fire wife lawyer mom is here, heading on a Disney cruise in a couple of weeks. Awesome. Going to the Disney parks before I go on the cruise. They sell neck fans. They are a must if you're going to Disney World. Yeah, it's gonna be hot. It's going to be hot, hot, hot. The hottest place on earth must be Orlando in July.
That's probably pretty
Maybe
close.
It'll be so hot that there won't be a lot of people there. We went to Orlando in July once. It wasn't.
I still think Omaha, Nebraska was hotter than
Omaha, Nebraska
Orlando.
Is also hot in July, but they don't have the humidity there. Like
we've never sailed on Disney. I would like to though.
Yeah. Confirmed. Coop. What metrics are you tracking more closely on your Hume scale? Well, muscle mass, lean mass, right arm, left arm, right leg, left leg. Because Hume keeps calling my arms fat, so I've been. Body fat is what do they say? Let me look at it. Where's the little body thing? Body. Got to click on body. All right, so I clicked on the body. Here's my body. That's not my body. But it says lean mass. Right arm has a little bit more muscle than my left arm. And let me look at fat percent. Oh, they're the same. They're 24% fat in each arm, and it's not saying that that's too much. They were saying it was high. Now it's saying it's standard. I think I'm on the edge there of the high end of standard. So I look at that because I'm trying to build muscle. You can also go to up here. It says weight. You can look at lean mass. So lean mass. My lean mass is 96.7 pounds. I have 96.7 pounds of lean mass, and I can look at when I started. And when I started in October, I was 93.8. So I've gained a little less than 3 pounds of muscle from September of 2025 to July of 2026. And I'd like to say that I'm working on it. I'm not that's not my whole focus, but I have been trying to build muscle, right? I lost some muscle when I lost some weight on GLP-1. It wasn't the GLP-1's fault. It was weight loss, right? When you go on Weight Watchers, you're going to lose fat, you're going to lose muscle. We can't really choose what our body offloads, but that's why they tell people to eat protein, lift weights. That helps you keep the muscle that you have. Now, I probably didn't need as much muscle at 193 pounds that I need at 143 pounds, right? So a little bit of muscle is okay, but I felt like I lost a greater percentage than, say, Christopher Durham over here, who did not exercise or lift weights. And that it's neither here nor there, but
I lost 9 pounds
of muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Of
the 100.
Mine was, of my 50 pounds, I could go back and look, but I don't want to tell you because it's embarrassing, right? So, but what we now know is eat protein. If you can lift weights, that's great for helping.
Well, so to answer the question, though, so you
Lean
track
mass.
your lean mass. Is there anything else that you look at? Because there's a lot of numbers on that Hume scale.
I mean, you can swirl into them like all day long.
Honestly, the only additional one I look at is water. And
Oh, yeah,
because
let's look at
water is the one that typically, if I'm up or
that's a
down
good
in a
one.
weird way, it's usually water.
Water.
Now, I
Body
do not
water
understand what the
percentage.
difference between extracellular water and intracellular water
No,
is, nor
Travis
if there's
asked us
anything
that.
I
We
can
don't
do. I have no idea.
So my body water right now is 52%. Is that good? I think it's okay. When I started in September with the body pod, it was 50%. It had gotten like weirdly low. Like sometimes it gets weirdly low, and maybe that can do things to your weight and muscle numbers, and you're like, what is happening? And you're like, oh, I'm dehydrated. So
But don't let all the
water.
numbers overwhelm you. Pick a few that matter to you, and you might ask your doctor, hey, what of these things should I be tracking? Because the reality is, if it's not something you can actually do something to impact,
I mean, I can drink water.
the data is not.
You will not
right.
I
You
can
can,
eat
yeah,
protein.
well, those you can. How do you impact extracellular water? I have no idea.
I don't know what that is. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I know what these things are. But those are the big ones that you want, right? You can. A lot of people look at visceral fat.
Which is a good one to look at. There's no way to target it, though.
Right. No, but you'd like to see it going down, right? So my visceral fat index is 9, and it's been 9 my whole time with the body pod.
This is 9. Mine's 8. It says mine's low.
I'm gonna punch him right in the face. Right in the
That's what it
face.
says.
How is yours lower than mine?
I don't know.
It's maddening, y'all. It's maddening. So anyway, look at stuff like that. Now, I didn't get the Hume body pod until September of 2025. So I was already in maintenance when I got it. So the Hume, thank you, Virginia Olson, for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Virginia. Virginia got the Hume body pod. She also got the Hume band. I've got the band too. Anyway.
Might as well tell them we're sponsored by Hume.
We're sponsored by Hume. Newsflash, we're sponsored by Hume.
There's a code if you'd like a discount.
There's a code in the description. I think it's the Downsized. You can use that code. What was I going to say? It went right out of my head. Don't remember. Anyway, everything Carla. Hey, Elsie and JoJo. So glad to catch you guys live. Appreciate you both so much. I know what I was going to say. Thank you, Carla. If you're at the beginning of your journey, get yourself this Hume body pod, like immediately, if not sooner, and start your journey knowing all these things. Because I had a little cheapy scale that didn't have the handle, so I was only getting measurements from waist down and then estimating on the rest, and that really wasn't accurate. We got this Hume, and so now my Hume scale is like, you're not really making much progress here, lady. I'm like, but you didn't see me lose 50 pounds. You've only seen me pretty much be between 143 and 145 for, almost a year now. So get a good scale. A Hume body pod is what I recommend for you to get. Okay, Linda Bookmiller. Took my first quick pen shot on Monday. I was nervous I was going to screw it up. I think I did okay. Funny after all this time.
It's not that hard.
It's just a little different.
After you do it a few times, it's pretty easy. Honestly, if you think about it, all it really is a syringe that's embedded in a pen. So all that's happening is you're priming the syringe and you're pushing the syringe needle down. It's not.
Christopher made a video on giving yourself an injection with the Quick Pen. So if anybody who's just starting the Quick Pen out there, all you bridge folks, I would recommend you go search Quick Pen in our search bar, and that should come up. Barbara Steiner says, so happy I got approved for the bridge program. I cannot tell you what a relief it is. That's good. Travis, have you ever considered how your lives would be different had you, our personal lives would be different had you not started a YouTube channel? I mean, we have our other business that we run, so we'd probably just be doing that. But
well, the other business that we run is, and honestly, we've offloaded a good portion of it, but was basically the same skill set. So it had a YouTube channel, it had a lot, and we did a lot of the things.
Private brand
and we were doing conferences and all, just a very similar thing. The difference is it's a market of about 300 people or 1,000 people in the country, and maybe 5,000 people in the world. All that being said, I was famous to those 5,000 people, and they would show up and do conferences. Very similar to what we do here.
Yeah.
This is on a much bigger scale. To me, the question isn't so much about the YouTube channel, it's about the medication. Because it's the medication and the commitment we did to it and taking the shot and doing what needed to be done that has changed our lives, that made us able to sit here and say my weight like a fool in front of 284 people who have not all liked and subscribed.
Excuse me, sir. I feel seen. Go ahead and hit that like button before he says something else. Could you ever imagine like saying your weight out? I never told anybody my weight. I always lied about my weight on my driver's license. Like that wasn't even close. Like,
it's funny. We live in this downsized world that we've created, but in our neighborhood, there are a few people who know we do this, and certainly the people have come out of the woodworks that are taking the GLP-1s. Mm-hmm. But by and large, locally, unless Laraine is standing in the grocery store telling people about it, we don't get noticed. It's not. It hasn't.
A lady came up to me at the gym that said, "Oh, you're here. I watch your YouTube channel." I'm like, "Hey, girl, hey." She's like, "I haven't told my husband I'm on a GLP-1." I'm like, maybe you should tell him. Maybe at least tell your husband. One of our neighbors, a lady who I used to be in the PTA with at the kids' elementary school, messaged me today. Said, "Hey, I'd love to talk to you about Wegovy and I've stalled out with Wegovy. What do I do?" I'm like, "Call me." I mean, I know this lady personally, but yeah, people have just come out of the woodwork, right? And so Big Dave says, "Good evening, downsizers." Lynn's here. Hi, everyone. Jojo says it's hot. It's hot, y'all. But yeah, people, mostly I find in real life, people want to know about it. They've heard about it. They've seen it on TV. Maybe they have a friend or a family member. So they all want to know about it. And then I get the question of, well, what about the side effects? And do you have to stay on it forever? The two questions from the Nelly naysayers who say, why don't you just diet and exercise? My side effects were some fatigue in the first few months and constipation. A little bit of nausea maybe at first, not really anymore. But constipation I've had to manage, which I figured out that's just how my body has always worked. And these GLP-1s, when they slow things down through your gastric tract, it just exacerbated that. So that's just something I have to stay on top of with water and fiber and exercise and fruits and vegetables and the occasional Mago 7 at night. MD Catania, he did a new workout today. He did water aerobics. I think that was you, right? Down 70 pounds since December. Starting weight 300 pounds. Current weight 230 pounds. Awesome. Wonderland, here I come. Going to see my doc Friday for the bridge program.
Awesome. How tall are you, MD? Just curious.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we have a he's a member. Thanks for being a member. We have a small Facebook group that if you're a member, you can come into the Facebook group. It's about 300 people. I don't want it to be one of these 20,000 people groups like some of them, because it just kind of gets out of control, right? And I had a Facebook group removed, and I got kind of a strike for that. So I don't want to have my personal Facebook page taken away. So anyway, it's a small group, and he had posted about his workout that he did today. Good job, MD.
Sorry, I'm trying to get back up. For sometimes
Get
the
back,
comments
JoJo.
jump.
Meow. She's going to attack. She's going to attack when JoJo attacks. I did a new workout at the gym today. I did a cycle class. So the last time I did a cycle class, it was probably 1997 or 1998. In the gym I went to at the time in Spartanburg, South Carolina, where I lived back then, I was big into it. I remember I got pregnant with my first child, and I was still doing the spin class, and people would be like, "Girl, you're so big, you really don't need to be doing this." I was quite large. I think with my first child, I gained 70-ish pounds. It was a lot. But anyway, did the spin class today, and it was with one of my favorite instructors, Diana, and she always makes it fun. And there's only 6 people in the class. It was at noon, which is maybe an odd time for a class, but it was hard. Like, you're standing up pedaling, you're sitting down pedaling, you're leaning forward, there's not that many things. Like, I like more dancey things, so I can forget that I'm actually working out, because I'm kind of, all over the place. And this year, really I'm like looking at the clock, like 10 minutes went by. I'm like, how long is his class time? She's like, Laraine, it's 45 minutes. Settle down. I'm like, ay, caramba. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Sharon Pollard says, the scale is finally starting to move again after 7 weeks. Yay. Doctor thinks I had lost weight too fast. Well, could be. Increased protein and water, and yay. Sometimes you need to eat more to start losing again.
And sometimes if you're losing a lot, your body will slow down for a little while. It's just going,
your body goes,
wait a second.
We're starving to death. You're going to kill us. And then, it gives it up eventually.
Sally Ann, good question. Are you guys going to Obesity Week this year? If not, how come? Obesity Week is in Washington, D.C., and we actually are going to be in Chicago for part of it. We might put in a guest appearance there. It won't be a booth, I can tell you that. If we do, it'll be just kind of walking through, and we might. I would like to, but unfortunately, there's several actually events that at that time.
We already committed to we do a big event in Chicago for the private brand industry, and it's on Monday, and obesity, it's like smack in the middle of the Obesity Week stuff. So
we might put in a guest appearance, but it won't be a significant thing, I can tell you that.
Yeah. And it's kind of sad, because I really liked it last year.
Yeah,
I would like to go again. So it just conflicted with something from our other business. My teeth. Moments in Motion 25. Hi, no questions. Just appreciate all you do. Well, thanks. I've been on tirzepatide for 14 months. I'm 5'1", 170 pounds down to 125. I'm never getting off this medication. Well, that is great testimony right there. Congratulations on your weight loss. That is fantastic. Yeah, I'm never getting off of it either. We'll do what we got to do to stay on these medications.
Sunshine question: do you think Zepbound is more effective than Wegovy? I have to pay out of pocket, but I'm hoping I get approved for the bridge program.
That's what
there's multiple questions. So the clinical trials clearly say that Zepbound, which is tirzepatide, the average weight loss is higher than Wegovy, which is semaglutide. However,
still very
that's not true 100% of the time for 100% of the people. There are plenty of people who have lost large amounts of weight on both. There is also a whole group of people who have a significant amount of weight that that they need to lose. One of the strategies is to start on Wegovy, run the whole course of the doses until they stop working for them, and switch over to Zepbound, because maybe they have 300 pounds to lose or something, and they're trying to get as much out of it as possible. But for $50, you make your decision. If you can get either one, I'd probably start with tirzepatide, unless I just have a lot of weight to lose with Zepbound.
Yeah, we've only done tirzepatide. We've never done Wegovy. But I mean, Wegovy, semaglutide is the original. It's Ozempic, right? Everybody knows stars are on Ozempic.
Plenty of
Everybody's
people have
losing
lost weight on it.
Ozempic. Plenty of people have lost 10 to 12% of their body weight, so or more.
Oh,
so,
a lot more.
A lot more.
Holly Green, how long should it take to start losing weight? I don't feel patient, but it has been a month, and I have not lost weight on 2.5 starter dose of Zepbound. I have tried to prioritize. So the thing about it, and it's not an answer you're going to want to hear, but there is no standard answer to that. Everybody reacts differently. Some people can start losing on 2.5, can stay on it their whole time. Some people need to move up. And where they move up to is dose dependent on them and nothing else. So our friend Jamie Selzler, who started at almost 400 pounds, it took him, I think.
He started at 650 pounds.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're correct. 650 pounds.
Yeah. Took him till 10 milligrams.
Took him to 10 milligrams to start working, right? So honestly, you don't want to hear it, but the answer is patience, and everybody hates patience.
And what I would suggest to you while you're, I don't know, maybe waiting, right, is keep good records of your weeks. Like, what was your weight last week? What is your weight this week? Don't, and you might be losing a half a pound a week, or, and that's average, right? People want to lose weight faster than that, but half a pound a week to 2 pounds a week is the average weight loss on these. And I haven't mentioned this in a while, so I'll mention it again. I kept a spreadsheet, and what I did, I had the scale and the app and the phone and all that, and I could see that, but I found it helpful to record my weight on shot day, and that was my weight for the week, right? And then I'd see the difference between last week's shot day and this week's shot day, and that's how much I lost for the week. And then I'd total it every 4 weeks, just to give myself a visual, because I like paper. We got all these digital things, but sometimes I just want to see it on paper. Sorry, JoJo. So if you go to our website at thedownsized.org, click on the resources tab, you can download a spreadsheet that you can use to record your weekly, what week it is for you, your shot date, your shot location. You
can add columns.
Your weight. You can add to it, you can subtract from it, but it gives you something to start with. And keep some notes off to the side of what's going on. Maybe you're starting at a time where you went on a vacation or something happened in your life. Put those notes in. And I'd say if you need to move up in dose after 4 weeks, you need to talk to your doctor.
Keep track. Particularly on a weekly basis. I mean, we weigh every day, but we only record it on a weekly basis. And honestly, after, we have videos of it on a weekly basis.
Yes.
So
I'm going to go back and watch every video.
But it's
That's
there.
Why I like my paper.
So did you actually lose 0, or did you not lose as much as you wish you had lost?
Sometimes I feel like when we talk to, it's like calculating your average weekly weight loss. People go, I'm a slow loser. I'm a really slow loser. I said, well, how many shots have you taken? Well, what was your starting weight? What's your weight now? Take the total weight loss divided by the number of weeks. That's your average weekly weight loss. If you're losing a pound a week, congratulations, you're average. I think that's what I see with most people. They're just kind of looking at that day-to-day view, and the day-to-day view often doesn't change, and sometimes it's up. You know, sometimes our weight can fluctuate during the week. So you have to kind of step back a little bit. Dawn says, hi, Christopher and Laraine. Picked up my Zepbound Quick Pen about 2 hours ago. The pharmacist at Walgreens actually helped me with my first injection.
That's very nice.
Wow, that's a great Walgreens. Thanks to both of you. I give Walgreens a hard time a lot, but I'm very happy to hear stories like this with the pharmacist being so helpful. That's fantastic. Kimberly 1000, getting close to goal weight, LD and CD, looking back on your maintenance journey. Is there anything you would change or recommend? Christopher, why don't you go first? We were talking about this at dinner. Like,
we were talking about this morning, actually.
Like,
so, I mean, and in our live yesterday with the members, there's a lot of people going, you should do a maintenance panel.
That would be the most boring panel in America right there.
The thing about it is the vast majority of people that we talk to, ourselves included, have built up this idea of a goal weight and this magical number. And once you hit it, unicorns and rainbows are going to come out of the sky. And then you're going to magically be at this fixed goal weight forever. I weigh 185 pounds and it's never going to change after that because I've got all the stuff. And the unfortunate or fortunate reality, depending on how you look at it, is that's not really true. Unicorns and moonbeams do not come out of the sky. It's a good day. Don't get me wrong. It is a sense of completion. It is a thing.
But we're never really done.
But we're never really done because we're still alive and kicking, the rest of it is life.
Well,
the rest of it is life. So in looking at the journey, I don't think it's so much looking back on the maintenance journey. I think it's looking back on the weight loss journey. And if you're still approaching weight loss as a diet and you are depriving yourself and you are hurting yourself and you're building
intermittent fasting
and you're doing all these things that you cannot sustain for the rest of your life, then honestly don't.
Right.
You need to start building the life you want to live forever today.
Right.
And then when you get to maintenance, the only difference between today and yesterday is you look at it and say, okay, well, do I need to adjust my dose? Am I still losing weight or not? And do I need to adjust my calories?
Right.
Because if you're still in a deficit, that's not maintenance.
Right? I'm not counting calories.
So you're going to have
refuse.
to, but you don't have to count. You know what you're eating. Let's not pretend you know.
Yeah.
Your head has been counting calories for 35 years. You know.
Yes, but yes.
But the difference is start building the life you want to live today.
Right.
Don't wait.
That's kind of
until the maintenance day and build it then.
And then be like, oh, I don't have to intermittent fast anymore, or do keto, or cut out my carbs. Now I can go back to So yeah. So I want to, you want to incorporate a diet that's protein focused, that includes fruits and vegetables, includes, you got to get that fiber in, right? That includes some healthy carbs, and that includes a slice of cake on my birthday, for crying out loud. How many birthdays did I take one bite and throw the rest down the garbage disposal, or not even have any at all? And that's just sad. And I don't want to live my life that way. Right? We don't have to live our lives that way. So, and another thing I wanted to say about I would change or recommend for maintenance, the goal weight that you think that you want may not be the goal weight that's actually going to be right for you or good for you. And you're probably not going to know that until you get there. So, for years with Weight Watchers, I knew as a 5'5" woman, I had to hit 156 pounds to hit my goal weight with Weight Watchers. I could never get to 156 pounds. I think I got to 172, for a second when I was running half marathons. So now I got on the compounded tirzepatide. I got to the 156 and I thought, maybe I can go lower. And then I got to 150 and I thought, maybe I'm 5'5". Maybe I can go lower. I got to 145. I got to 140. I got to 138. And this is too low. I had I had basically rebought all my clothes to be 4s or 6s, and then those are kind of falling off. I'm like, what am I doing? What I don't want to be. No, I don't. This isn't good, right? So I went up, and now I go between 143, 146 is where I've been really for the past 2 years.
But I mean, that's the thing about maintenance is getting used to the variability is hard.
Right. Give yourself a range. You got to give yourself
It's hard, and
range.
you're going to see it, and it's going to go up and down a little bit, and it's going to scare you a little bit, but that's okay. You take your shot. You go on, you do the best you can. So thank you, Lynn, for that super
Lynn,
chat.
for your super chat.
Actually, there's another one here as well.
It's from Jess. Be you are the best at it. Jess, thank you for your super chat. Shout out to our supportive downsized family, slow losers, those in a stall, and those that have not seen weight loss yet on GLP-1. Confetti for you, my friends. I see you. Keep on keeping on. Yeah. Just keep swimming, right? Like in Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep taking your shot. Just keep focusing on protein. Just drink your water. Yeah, it's we're just going to keep going. Oh, what's the alternative? Like, if I went off of GLP-1s, I would just start gaining weight back. Like, I know that 100%. Ronnie says, got my bridge program approval today. Yay, another bridge program. Camaro Dust, got my 4 pens in the fridge for $50. Sent email to PCP to thank him, and he was thankful to get the feedback that everything worked. Muscle. Well, that's cool. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to say thank you to your doctor or your healthcare providers that helped you out with this. Sally and Good said, at Barb 1953, is there any conferences on the West Coast? I love to travel.
There was one in San Diego this year, but it's already passed. ADA was in, where was ADA? New Orleans, maybe? I think that's where it was in New Orleans. If you search for obesity and diabetes conferences.
The diabetes conference was the one.
Yeah, we should have gone to the diabetes conference.
And we should have gone to.
That's the one that I've been doing all the reports on. And honestly, I wish I had been there. And we'll schedule that one next year for sure.
Yeah.
The difference between that one and Obesity Week is they were delivering real clinical trials on new drugs. Obesity Week, so much of it was so esoteric and so early stage that it was really cool, but
there's a lot of information.
It was a long way from. Yeah.
Well, in Obesity Week, you had presentations by like Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk, like Amgen, like it was kind of a different focus. It's Darium is here. Good evening, Durhams and Downsizers. Happy Water Goal Wednesday. Water Goal Wednesday, Darium. Tell me more about this Water Goal Wednesday. How much water have y'all drank today? Do you have a cup that you like? This is my cup that I like. Do you have a cup that you like? We have so many cups between me and my 2 girls that Christopher Durham goes crazy at the amount of cups. He goes into mad fits of rage.
It's because they fall from the cabinet and hit me in the head. Our food scale, if you ever see it on one of the cooking, is dented because one of the cups fell out of the cabinet and dented the scale.
And also, you fill these suckers with 40 ounces of water and some ice. I mean, that's not nothing lifting that sucker up. So I try to drink 2 of these a day. If I'm working out hard, I'll put a pack of electrolytes in one of them. Just Sherio says, I know obesity is a disease and we all deserve this med. So why do I still have an issue telling people I'm on it? Because people are mean and people suck, right? And you don't want to get bad feedback. I get it. I guess because no one believed how hard I've struggled, right? No one knows your struggle but you. Like, I can tell you all the diets I did and all the things I did, and I can sit up here and boohoo and cry, and y'all can be like, she's full of shit. Or, yeah, I get it, right? People are so judgmental. Yeah, people are the worst.
And we've been conditioned for hundreds of years, for decades at minimum, to believe otherwise about ourselves. People make fun of
fat people. People have opinions about fat people.
And we have given ourselves a hard time.
I have opinions about myself as a fat person.
Right. It's one thing to academically believe it and know that it's true. That does not mean you've changed 30, 40, 50 years of scarring. It's still there. You still remember that swimsuit in 1978. You still do. Doesn't go away.
When my swimming teacher asked me what I had for lunch, and I said, I don't know why. She said, because your tummy's so sticking out. I was 8 years old. Like, what the hell are you doing commenting on a child's body? Yeah, we all have those traumas, right? Maggie GT78 says, hello, Downsized crew. Catsy Cow, I have a theory. General death rate is down this year in the U.S., which to me seems unlikely, but my theory is that people are lowering the rates because of GLP-1s. It's possible. Absolutely. So GLP-1s are good for type 2 diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol, cardiac health. Obesity is related to 13 types of cancers, like inflammation, like, yeah.
So what I would say is you're right, and I've seen those numbers. It's a very small percentage. I think it's going to take a longer period of time for us to really see the impact of GLP-1s.
We're just getting started.
All the research that we show, almost all of it, all-cause mortality is going down in the clinical trials and in the research. So people are just less likely to die when they're not fighting the disease of obesity or the corresponding complications. I think it may be 20 or 30 years before we really truly know the impact of GLP-1s, but we'll start to see it trickle in. You'll start to see it in the numbers.
I mean, I think it's going to be an exponential amount of growth here in the next couple of years. Like, we're really just, if you're getting these GLP-1s now, you're getting in at the beginning, right? And this is going to be like something that changes the world. Is going to change America for sure. Len Becker says, even though I spoon-fed my doctor's assistant with your info, Christopher, she screwed it up and put my current BMI and I got denied.
I saw you comment that, Lynn. You know, I would have
got her to fix it.
Right now, the way it looks,
Oh, she got the approval.
As long as doctors are filling out the prescription and the pre-authorization correctly, it looks like they're almost automatically being done. Like there's an algorithm in there that says Lynn has X, Y, and Z, and she's qualified, and it just goes.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like there's a government bureaucrat going, I don't like Lynn. She does not get approved. So it looks like the people that are truly slowing it down are either the doctors or the pharmacists.
Right. For once, AI is actually helpful, I think, if that's indeed what is happening.
So, and we certainly see some. I mean, I saw a comment today. My doctor said they couldn't get to it for 5 more days, and poor Virginia Olson, I think, still can't even get an
appointment with her doctor, right?
So,
yeah. Well, I'm glad you got the approval finally. I mean, so frustrating, right? We just, again, we have to go back to them. We have to say, this isn't right. Please try again. Pretty please. Marissa's Zepbound journey. Hello, everyone. I agree with you that counting calories all the time for the rest of our lives is exhausting. I just take my shot. I agree. I counted calories points with Weight Watchers for years. Before points, it was exchanges or selections or fiber and fat or some other iteration of Weight Watchers way back when, right? It's I like the fact that these GLP-1 medications takes away my food noise and controls my appetite. That's the missing piece. That's the part, naturally thin or naturally normal weight people, they don't count their calories. They stay in a couple pounds of their weight, like for all their lives. And how do they do that? It's because your body is regulating it. But with the disease of obesity, we're missing that piece. We're missing those GLP-1s that talk to our brains and tell us we're full, or, we just need this help.
Carmen Oak says, just started Zepbound approved through my insurance due to my sleep apnea. Did not qualify for the bridge program. You know what, Carmen? That's okay. That's a great way to get into it. I would assume it's your Medicare Part D. So do the math, and remember, typically with Medicare Part D, that's not the only prescription you're paying for. So really what you have to do is take all of your prescriptions across the entire year and figure out the total per prescription cost. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's just your deductible plus the cost. it evens out.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the unknown about the bridge program is what happens at the end of 2027, because this is a temporary program
Right.
that goes through the end of 2027. What
For
happens on
obesity.
January 1st, 2028, we simply do not
It might
know.
all go away in 2020.
We have no idea.
But you know what? 6 months ago, you were the rock star getting
That's right.
it.
Everybody wanted
getting
sleep apnea.
I was like, how do I get approved for sleep apnea? Like, everybody wanted to try to get in on it for sleep apnea. So, you know what? Just, eventually, hopefully in the future, everyone will be able to access these medications for a fair price. But, we do what we got to do right now. Travis LR, Chat GPT, want me to up carbs 350 grams a day. I have to work to get to 230. I don't even know what is it like if you're watching carbs. 80 to 100 is like a macro. I never really did macros per se. You're working out a lot, Travis, so IDK. A lot of people have been using Chat GPT to put in their stats. You can export your body pod information, take a picture of it, have the Chat GPT read it and analyze it for you. You might have to give it some more information to get to where you want, but it sounds like a lot.
Lisa Brockington, my insurance pays for my GLP-1, but not my daughter. I found compound for her, but we have to reconstitute it.
Oh, no.
Have y'all had any experience with that?
No.
Is it as good as the other So, Lisa, what I would tell you is, if you probably found it on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or somewhere.
Yeah.
That is in all likelihood something that's coming from what's called the gray market. Please find a telehealth who's selling compounded medications that are made by state-regulated pharmacies. Okay, state-regulated pharmacies, and they should come in a vial with a needle. And they should have a bud date on it, and it should come. Basically, it should look exactly like Lily Direct does when it comes in a vial. It should be the same thing. But those are regulated by the state, and they're going to be safer. If you're having to reconstitute, I don't know where that came from, and we do not recommend that. We use Mochi as our telehealth. How could you use Mochi?
Yeah.
There's other ones. There's plenty of other ones. People can chime in and tell you.
Well, we've used Mochi for over 2 years, since February of 2024. And Mochi sends me my medication. It comes in a liquid in a vial like this. This one came from Medivera Compounding Pharmacy. It was trizepatide compounded with niacinamide. They send you, well, first of all, you talk to a healthcare provider, so you
should require a prescription. If it did not require a prescription,
yeah. If you're just typing in some info and they're sending you prescription medication, I would say no. Okay, at Mochi, if you qualify, you put in your information. They set you up. You set up an appointment with a healthcare provider. So it's either a doctor or a nurse practitioner. You tell them your history. You go through your stuff with them, and if you qualify, they prescribe your medication to a compounding pharmacy. The compounding pharmacy mixes it up. You don't want to be mixing this up at home. I know people do it, and I know it's a ton cheaper, but you're injecting
this
into your
body.
Is
there's people out there selling it for the same price.
I don't want to do that, right? I want it to come to me ready to go from a pharmacy that is a state-regulated compounding pharmacy, from a telehealth that I trust, that I can ask questions to, that I can message anytime I want to through their portal. So if you'd like to get started with Mochi Health, I've got a code. It's QIYG, the letter O, and 8. And there's a link in the description of this video. You have to click expand the description, and you'll see the link. It's $199 for compounded tirzepatide with Mochi, plus a $79 a month membership fee. Okay.
But you talk to a doctor and you talk to a nutritionist.
Yes, you do. It's Julio.
Mario.
Where did Mario come from? Julio. Riding the Tide. Good evening, everyone. I should just say the names as they appear on the screen. I'm sorry, Julio. Yeah, he's got a great channel. You can check his channel out, Riding the Tide. The Tamika Michelle, carbs are not the enemy. Indeed, carbs are not the enemy. I don't ever want to live a life where I can't eat a piece of bread, because I love bread. Me and Oprah, we love our bread. Debbie 1011. I also got denied because the assistant put in my current BMI. What is wrong with these people? I had to explain it to her and talk to my PCP. Long story short, I'm approved. Yippee!
Yeah, Debbie, which is what's so funny. And I commented, somebody said that had happened to them in the book. And if you look at the actual form they have to fill out, and I've left a link to it underneath the last video I did, it says used BMI at the time they started GLP-1 treatment. It clearly tells them what to do.
People don't read. That's what we found, right, Christopher?
Yeah.
People, if there's too many words on a page, people are just, I guess doctors are included in that, or doctors, people that work with doctors. You gotta read all the information. Sally Ann Good, Obesity Week is in November, Washington, D.C., nearby me in Baltimore.
Just up the road.
I
don't know what. Pop-Tarts.
My favorite processed food.
Okay.
Pop-Tarts. We tried the protein Pop-Tarts version. They don't have that much protein in them. They taste kind of like a Pop-Tart. I wouldn't bother with those. Deborah Kendrick, Laraine, 55 years of diets has my brain all over the place with food tracking. Yeah. I still don't trust myself. I want to be able to handle it like Christopher. Let the medicine do the heavy lifting. Like, what do you not trust? Like, I have a food scale, and I'm still measuring my 55 grams of Kashi cereal in the morning, because if I don't, I'm going to fill that bowl up, right? And because I really like it, and I might keep eating it beyond any kind of full signal.
But to be clear, to say that you don't track food does not mean you're not aware of what you're eating.
Right. I don't. Okay. I'm not putting that into an app or anything, but I'm making sure I'm not eating more than a portion.
I have cooked for the last 40 years of my life. I'm aware of what a portion size is. I know basically what I'm eating. Do I know it down to the individual carb, like what's his face? No, I don't know that. But if I ate too much or too little, I know that I did. There's not any question in my mind.
Well, you want to track something, track your grams of protein. You can still weigh and measure your food. Like, I still think that that's a fine idea, especially if we're not traumatized by Weight Watchers like some of us were, and maybe you never learned that the size of your palm or a deck of cards equals 3 ounces of protein, right? A lot of us never grew up knowing these things, and it's good information to know what a portion size should look like. JC Calamity Jane, we are well, Darium. Hope the same for you. I'm finishing up some earrings to send out. Oh, she makes earrings. I hope you are too. Coop.
It says, I remember hearing about a study showing people regain around 7 pounds during long-term maintenance. Does that make sense as a reason to intentionally diet a few pounds below your goal weight? Well, so there's two different things going on there. Maybe. Number one, the latest study on maintenance is called Surmount Maintain. Mm-hmm. I did a whole video on it. It's like a 30-minute long video. Mm-hmm. That's basically Lily was testing maintenance and with Zepbound, tirzepatide. The video, if you search for 7X, because the title is 7 times more likely to maintain your weight, it goes through all of the data that's in there. 7 pounds is a number that actually comes from an orforglipron trial, because if you switch from tirzepatide to orforglipron, you are more likely to gain basically about a pound a month back.
Nice. No, thank you.
There's a lot of data around that. Your body is constantly changing. Your body doesn't want to lose weight. So maintenance is, you still have to pay attention. You still have to do things. Then they'll lose below what Laraine said a little while ago. Let me reiterate. Picking a goal weight is a very random thing.
It's arbitrary.
It's arbitrary. There is no specific science to it that I have ever seen, and I have asked doctor after doctor that we've interviewed. I have talked to researchers, and there is no formula out there that says this is your specific goal weight that scientifically proves that's what you should weigh. Maybe you picked it because of your BMI. Maybe you picked it because of a Weight Watchers chart. Maybe you picked it because 17 magazine said that's what you should weigh. Maybe
5
you
feet
remember
tall, 100 pounds and 5 pounds for every inch over 5 feet tall.
Maybe you remember, like me, you weighed 186 pounds when you graduated from high school. Those are all random, arbitrary things. So now I'm 57 years old, right? So what I need to weigh at 57 versus what I needed to weigh at 17 are two completely different things.
Yeah.
My body is different. My life is different. Everything is different. So you can say I'm going to lose 7 pounds. What's really going to happen is you're going to get to where you want to start maintenance, and your body is going to level out and adjust and do things that it wants to do to be healthy. And if you have picked a number that is below that, you are going to be fighting it tooth and nail. So the real goal is to pick a number that you can easily maintain.
Yeah.
And that number is guided by how you live your life, your blood work, your weight on the scale, talking to your doctor. And there's a whole thing around, am I actually in a healthy, really regular standard place?
Yeah, I was just going back and looking at my charts because it is so helpful to have these to look back on. You might pick a goal weight that you get to by really controlling your calories and really not eating anything outside of that ever. And that might be really hard to maintain long term, right? Because I want to go on vacation. I want to, I don't want to have such a low weight that I really have to struggle to maintain it. I can maintain 143 to 145 pretty easily, and I might pop up for a vacation, then I come home and it pops back down, or it might, I have times when it ebbs and flows, right? But I mean, just going back and looking at this, I've been between 143 and 145 like for almost 2 years, and it's not easy. I mean, in terms of, I do still pay attention to what I'm eating. I do still focus on protein, on exercise. I'm still living a GLP-1 healthy lifestyle, but I don't have to count every calorie such that I can only do that. I don't want to have to count every calorie to maintain a weight. I want to have some flexibility. And that's kind of where I found. And everybody's different, and you're going to find that over time. And it doesn't matter if you weigh 130 pounds or 140 pounds. No one cares. No one cares what you weigh except you. And maybe your doctor, right? Nobody cares what I weigh. I don't care what you weigh. Like, you find the weight where you feel your best. It's like the doses of medication. I don't care if you're on 2.5. I don't care if you're on 15. Is it working for you? Well, then good. That's the right dose for you. So same thing with a goal weight or a weight that you want to get to eventually. I don't know. What was that about a donut? I missed the comment about a donut.
Oh, here we go. We'll come back, Becky.
Holly Hill. I eat a donut once a week and it's fine. I love my life on Zepbound. See, that's what I want. I want to have room for some fun. I want to have room for a treat, an occasional treat now and then. Maybe I'm not eating a donut once a week, but I mean, I could if I wanted to. I don't really think about donuts anymore is the thing. I don't really think about sweets anymore. But if we're at a party or something and somebody brought something that looks fun and I don't usually have that, I might have a little of it and it's fine, right? I feel better by not eating processed food. Well, good, Becky. I mean, we want to eat whole foods. We want to focus on protein and lean meats and fruits and vegetables and all that kind of good stuff.
Oh, so somebody gave me a long lecture in the comments.
Oh, how
yesterday. No, it's fine. That explained that was like, you don't understand the difference between processed foods and ultra processed foods. I have basically been in the branding and the retail and the grocery business for the last 20 years. I've stood in factories for food. I have been on committees that changed the kind of oil in fryers in grocery stores. I have started natural and organic brands that are now worth $2 billion. Okay. So
don't try to tell him
No,
you don't
but-
know food.
But what I say about processed and ultra processed foods is I don't really care how much a food is processed. To me, processing is just cooking at scale. Ultra processing just means they took it to a smaller level and then mixed it all together. Okay. What I really want to know about that food is what is the nutrient density of it? What is the quality of ingredients that were used in it? So nutrient density, quality of food. Right? If you know those two things, so how much protein, how much vitamins, how much minerals, all the good stuff are in it, and what was the quality of the ingredients you started with, you're going to know whether it was something you should eat or not, I promise you. And processed food can indeed be those things. If you're eating protein powder, ultra processed food, that doesn't grow on trees. There's no way to get protein powder without ultra processing. Has a high nutrient density, and hopefully you're buying one that started with a good quality ingredient. I can show you countless foods from tofu to nixtamalized corn that have been processed for 1,000 years.
You call it
So
maize.
make smart decisions and eat nutritious things that are good for you and high quality, and all the other stuff doesn't matter. People will now lecture me. It's okay.
Alrighty then. When I think of ultra processed foods, I think of Doritos.
And those are the easy
Right.
things. But
Right.
again, if you look at Doritos and you take my two things, you know the answer, right?
You mix them up together and you got the best of both worlds.
But is it high in
Smiley
nutrient
Cyrus would say.
density? Is it a quality food? No,
Well,
don't eat it.
I'm putting a pre-mixed protein drink in my coffee every morning as coffee creamer. That's a processed food. Am I going to stop doing that? No, I'm not going to stop doing that because that works for me, right? I like replacing my coffee creamer with no nutritional value with about 10 grams of protein. That's a trade-off I want to make, right? Linda G, I start Mounjaro for type 2 diabetes day after tomorrow. I want it to start on a Friday. Okay. Yep. We take our shots on Friday. You can pick the shot day that works for you. Mounjaro. It's Darian. The Durhams are excited to answer your questions, but please start with QQQ so they can more easily see it. Thank you, Big D. Jazzy's here. Hello, everyone. Hey, Jazzy. Lady Alex M. I actually make regular ice cream using heavy cream and half,
Sure.
fresh fruit at times, and small amounts of sugar. Well, I mean, that's fantastic. Then you know what's in it, right? You know exactly what's in it. It's
And then it's just about portions.
right. Maybe don't eat the whole container. Yeah, we like the Ninja Creamy. We have a Ninja Creamy. We have one on our Amazon store. If you go to the downsized.org and click on the store tab, we make our Ninja Creamy ice cream with Fairlife milk and a scoop of protein powder and some sugar-free Jell-O pudding mix. And is that it?
Sometimes I'll switch it up, but
Yeah.
I like to make coffee ice cream, so sometimes I put coffee in it too.
Yeah. Freeze it hard overnight, put it in the Ninja Creamy, and it's delicious. Right. I love ice cream. I'm a big ice cream fan. Mary Beal, I just received my first meds on Bridge program. Thanks so much for your great, clear information. I am so impressed with what you two are doing. I just joined as a member.
Thank
Yay,
you.
Mary Beal. I know some Beals that live in Tennessee. Well, good. Well, thank you. Yep. Bridge program. A lot of new people come into this space from the Bridge program. The Sam Hain Hot. Okay. All right, guy. Zepbound for life. Okay. I like it. Kurt, 1943. Good evening, all. It's currently 115 degrees here in Southern California. Still waiting for CVS to notify me that they have worked out my Plan D care mark approval with Medicare.
Kurt was having issues with it.
Yeah.
You'll get it, Kurt.
Sorry, Kurt. Linda G. Thank you, Darian. I keep telling myself, you got this. I have a wonderful PCP who wants me to message her with any questions or problems. Well,
That's
isn't that
good.
nice that your doctor didn't just say, here's your prescription, see you in 3 months, like a lot of them do. Pandora Brylski. Hi, I watch all the time, but first time catching y'all live. Love your content. Well, thanks, Pandora. Do you have a box? Just kidding. DD's Spirit. Thanks for all of your great information. Got my info sent in July 1st. Okay, DD's. Paul Sudwitz. Oh, he went on the cruise. Hey,
Yeah.
Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hello, everyone. Greetings from Utah. Getting ready to book the next cruise. Woo, woo. I had such a great time on the last one. I'm so glad. Good to see you all. Enjoy watching. Well, thanks, Paul. Yeah, we met Paul. Here's the metabolic midwife, Barb. Lady Alex, that's great. Great note. What works for me might not work for you. You do you. That's to everyone. Absolutely. Travis LR. I confirm my work conference in June is the week after the cruise. Oh, cool.
So if all of you are wondering about the cruise, if you're new here, so we do a annual Downsized at Sea cruise.
We've done two. So
Well, this
the
would
next
be
one
the
will
third
the
one.
third.
That makes it annual.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
And it was this year. It was in June.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you next year we will do one in June. We actually announced the dates for the cruise and opened it for bookings to our Downsized Club members as an early bonus for them. So this month they'll be able to book the cruise. If you'd like to learn more about the cruise, right now you can join Club Downsized. So go underneath this video and click on the $sign, and you can join Club Downsized. You get early access and first shot at rooms and all that stuff. In the meantime, you can wait with bated breath. And August 1st, we will unofficially announce the 2027 cruise. I can tell you it'll be going out of Florida, and it will be in June as well.
In June.
So.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that. Don't know what it is. All right, yeah. Girakis. Hey, from Colorado, just switched from Mounjaro to compounded tirzepatide due to insurance switch. Thanks for all your help and information. Yep, that darn insurance can really be a problem. J348011. I was wondering if anyone else had food noise that made them sleep eat. Oh, that's problematic for sure. Or still feel hungry while they are eating.
Yeah, I haven't heard the sleep eat. Actually, I do know. I had a roommate who used to sleep eat, but
yeah, that's
still feel hungry while you're eating. That's pretty standard. I'll tell you that.
Definite problem for your doctor is that sleep eating. I don't know what I don't know what causes that. That seems like beyond a food noise issue. If you're also getting up, and
my guess would be if you haven't started taking the medication, it will probably help a good portion of that. So.
I would hope so. Yeah, still feel hungry while they are eating. I mean, I guess I used to think about that pre GLP-1s, right? Because I would just want to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. Like there was no end to the amount that I could eat. There is now. Maria MDC. I hit my healthy weight. 140 to 145 a few months ago, 141 currently, but since adding good carbs, not sugar, I've had to go up in dose a little because of food noise. All right, who cares? 13 milligrams current dose. Okay, you know what? You're figuring it out, right? We got to figure out what works for us in maintenance. And I was on 7.5 for a long time in maintenance, actually about a year and a half at 7.5. And then about in May, I decided I was going to go up to 10, and that's helped. Our bodies change over time. You know, you gotta.
Well, and I mean, that's the piece on maintenance is, if you believe there's one dose that's going to stay the dose that works for you for the rest of your life.
Probably not.
I'm not a doctor, but our bodies don't stay the same for the rest of our lives. So just logically, to me, it's going to adjust up, down, high. Who knows? It's going to depend on you.
Yeah. And then, I think about the people at 15 milligrams in maintenance, and they're testing higher doses of tirzepatide, right? They're testing a 20 milligram dose. So I think researchers know this. And so now you know this. DD Spirit. Got my information, sent it in for the bridge program on July 1. Woo woo. Sunshine Cleveland. Hey, Downsizers. Hope y'all are having a great week so far and a superb rest of the week. Doesn't she look like our old next door neighbor, Becky?
She does.
Yeah, I keep thinking that's Becky. Harry Thompson. Hello, Christopher. I've been on Zepbound since September. Down 89 pounds on my way to goal.
Good for you, man.
Good job, Harry.
So anybody out there that's watching, you, Harry, or you, or you, or you,
Me?
if you haven't done a Downsized Dish interview, you should go to the downsized.org, click on the Downsized Dish application and fill it out and do an interview with us. If you've been sitting at home going, they don't ever talk about people like me, I don't have a master list of people with all of these different issues that are 5'2" with one leg that grew up in Boise, Idaho. That I don't know. We don't know those things. The people we interview are the people who come to us, and you are personally invited. If you're waiting for the personal invite, I'm inviting you right now.
When you fill out the application, make sure that your email address is correct. I had a lady on the members live last night saying, "Didn't you get my Downsized Dish application?" I'm like, I don't know. I get a lot of them. They come in, they go out. I went back and looked. It bounced back to me because she had typed in her email address wrong. So I don't have a way to get in touch with you if you don't give me your correct, because it comes through the website.
Yeah.
So you can fill out the form. It comes to me, but then for me to reply to you, so anybody that talks to Nancy, tell her to send me her correct email address.
But right now we're doing a lot of times 2 or 3 interviews a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been running 2 a week. I may end up running 3 a week here in the next few weeks because I want to they're good interviews. Yeah. And you can be at any stage in your journey. So if you're just now starting and you want to come on and talk to us about that, that's great. People want to know about people that are just starting. Right. If you are what you consider a slow loser, also great. If you're a fast loser, also great. If you're at the end of your journey, also great. Really, any point in between, also great.
And so we want to do these Downsized Dish interviews with you. We would. A lot of people send us their phone number and say, "If you'd like to talk to me, here's my phone number." We would love to do that, but we just simply don't have time to do that. So if you want to sign up for a Downsized Dish interview, we would love to talk to you that way. I keep getting people sending me their phone numbers. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, sign up for Downsized Dish. Becky Clark, my primary care doctor, sent in a 12.5 milligram Zepbound. Felt like it was time to go up. Okay, Becky. Becky just got back from Alaska. DD Spirit got my information sent in for the Bridge program on July 1st. I think we read this already. Was approved yesterday and picked it up today.
Maybe they put it in again.
Yay, DD Spirit. Lynn Becker, even though I now have an approval, Lilly Direct told me that if you get denied, it takes 2 to 3 days for the approval to get to them. So it has to go through some kind of circuit or something. Yeah, I mean, we got to pack our patience here. But it'll get there, Lynn. Ms. WW, can you let the quick pen get to room temperature before injection?
You can, but I don't. I mean, honestly, we don't let the vials come to temperature either. Some people think that cold medication hurts.
It doesn't.
The quick pen has.
it doesn't to me.
The quick pen has about 50 units per dose. It's really a very, very small amount, and it's a tiny little bit of liquid. I mean, it honestly, if you left it out for a minute or two, and remember, you can actually once you use it, you can leave it at room temperature anyway for 28 days as long as you keep using the 4 doses. So, but I have never found it doesn't hurt.
You don't want. With any of these GLP-1s, don't let them get above 80 degrees. They will not be as effective, right? But yeah, some people, if you've got the shot like this and you want to sit that on your counter and let that come to room temperature, I say have at it. If you've got this sitting on your counter and coming to room temperature, and this is a compound terzepatide vial,
or a Lilly Direct vial.
Well, Lilly Direct vial is one use, so you pull it out, you're done, right? That would be fine. But these multi-use vials, I don't let them come to room temperature. I pull out my shot, I take my shot, I put them back in the refrigerator. That's just kind of me. But yeah, and once they're out of the refrigerator, it doesn't matter if you put them back in or not. You can, but it's the cat's out of the bag kind of thing. Linda Bookmiller says, I got them from Amazon. These are the quick pin needles, 100 for $9.95. Wow. That's a pretty good deal, though, because I think they were charging
$5
for a pack of 5 or something. $5 extra onto your,
Something.
yeah, that should last me for a while. Yeah.
Let's see, there's 304 viewers out there with 201 likes. So make sure you hit the like button if you would, please. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Dawn, who's a member, thank you, Dawn, says it took me 3 pharmacy tries before I found one that had the quick Zepbound quick pen in stock. Took my first injection 3 hours ago. Thank goodness for the bridge program. Congratulations.
Yeah, they shouldn't be, if they don't have it in stock, they should be able to get it in a couple of days. Like Eli Lilly, who's the maker of Zepbound, they ran out one time. There were shortages one time in 2023, 2024, and you better know that they will be darned if they ever run out again.
Well, the quick pen essentially increased their production line by 4 times because it just goes a lot faster.
Now you might want it, right now.
I will
today,
tell you though, it does not surprise me that when people are going to drugstores, they may not have them in stock.
Yeah,
drugstores have a limited space for refrigeration,
limited,
and they don't really want to carry tens of thousands of medication at any given time.
It's expensive medication.
It's expensive, so a lot of times they will have maybe 1 or 2 in there.
Yeah.
And they just order them as needed, and it takes a couple of days, and it is what it is. That's not the only drug they're doing it with. I can tell you my daughter has another prescription that always takes her a couple of days to get. So it's refrigerated too.
And that's another good point to mention that. So now if you're new and you're coming into this process, when you get to 21 day, like you take your shot and then you can order your next one, I think at 21 days later. So you want to go ahead and order it before you're like out and need it, because if it does take a couple of days, give yourself some leeway. Catherine Gonzalez. I hope it is okay to ask, but I'm being bombarded with ads on Facebook. Some claim to be 503A pharmacies. The price is not too high as I have been rejected from the bridge program. A few odd to white. We use Mochi Health. We're sponsored by Mochi Health. I would direct you to Mochi Health. You can use my code and my link. It's in the description of this video. You'll get a lot of ads. You talk about it, your phone hears you. I imagine the ads that we get. There's a lot of them out there, and
just be very careful. I'll also tell you, I would avoid signing any long-term contracts or paying for any big things. So there are people I would not buy any more than 3 months at a time.
Yeah, no, don't do it.
Period. Even if it's a lot cheaper, I believe the price of compounded medications is going to come down in the next few months.
Right?
And if you bought 6 months or a year, you may be stuck with a whole lot of expensive medication that is now $100 a month cheaper or $50 a month cheaper or whatever.
I mean, I'm all for having like an extra month supply, but beyond that,
annotative. Christopher is a fellow follically challenged man in his 50s. Have you ever thought about embracing the bald is beautiful lifestyle? Well, I have actually. Yeah. So during COVID, when we were all home, and actually I kind of, I was working on the beard too at the time. I never had that much of a beard.
No.
My wife said, you know what? You should just shave your head. Because I couldn't go get it cut. And I have clippers and all that stuff. So I shaved my head.
It was bad, y'all.
And my head was gigantic.
Well, his head, I swear he lost weight in its...
Oh, I did, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, his hat size he had to throw away his old hats, right? He did try it before when he was 100 pounds heavier. I woke up scared, like, who is this man next to me? And so I said, you got to grow that back.
So her idea, and then she didn't like it.
Well, you know what? We tried it. It's not for him, but it looks very nice on you. Annative. Linda G. Since I'm a newbie and starting Mounjaro Friday, I have a question. Some people delay their first dose by a week or two to stockpile in case there is a shortage. Thoughts? There's not. Well,
you could. I mean,
can. I wouldn't worry about a shortage if you're Mounjaro. So the Mounjaro is for type 2 diabetics, and the whole reason they made Zepbound for weight loss is so Mounjaro for type 2 diabetes wouldn't
It
run
all
out.
comes from the same factory.
It's
They're
the
just
same
putting
stuff.
a different sticker on
It's
it.
the same stuff. There's not going to be a shortage. Like, they're not going to let Eli Lilly is not going to let that happen again. Now, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. There could be a shortage in the future. I doubt it.
If you have that much patience, it wouldn't
Vehemently.
hurt you to wait. But honestly, the best day to start is today.
Don't wait to
The
start.
next best day to start is yesterday.
Yeah. People always say, what's your biggest regret? Not starting sooner. Just reorder at 21 days. You'll get an extra week ahead, and then at some point you'll have like you know what I mean? Like, you'll just reorder in a timely manner. Rose. Hey, Rose. I talked to Kelly, and I'm doing a back-to-back cruise after next year's Downsized cruise. Well, that's
awesome.
That's cool, Rose. Rose came with us on the Downsized cruise, and she's going again. Thanks for being a member, Rose. People are probably saying, what's a back-to-back? That's a topic for
2 cruises in a row on the same ship.
Yeah. GLP-1 teacher's journey. Just stepping in to let you know I booked the cruise and cannot wait to do my first cruise ever.
So these are Club Downsized members who have early access to the cruise.
Yeah. If you join and become a Club Downsized member on our community page, you will be able to see comments that only club members can see. And that will tell you where to go to book the cruise, how to get on the Club Downsized Facebook page, and maybe some other things I put out there for people to know. Like that survey I was telling the members about last night. I got a survey from the OAC. There was a research company that was looking for
you could share that with everybody.
GLP-1 study participants. Stuff like that.
Darium is absolutely correct too. So about that last comment, you may want to ask your care team about the delayed diabetes is serious.
Oh, right.
So you need to treat your A1C and do those things, Darium.
Good point,
so
Darium.
Darium is
Thank
absolutely correct.
Yeah, don't wait to treat your type 2 diabetes. That's serious. Thank you, Darium, for that. BBL 75. My heme scale is always negative no matter what I do. Funny story I'll tell you about in a minute. I've exercised every day since January. Okay, well, good for you. So frustrating. I drink tons of water, eat well, and I'm a slow responder, but common. The Hume scale likes to see progress. So as someone who has really made no progress other than gaining but almost 3 pounds of muscle since September to now, I've pretty much stayed very, very much the same. And I don't get rated highly because it doesn't see progress, right? And that can be frustrating. Or if you're a slow loser or an average to slow loser, it can also be very I don't know. I got mad at my Hume scale not too long ago, and I'm pulling up the handle, and I was like, "What do you mean, Hume scale?" And I dropped the handle, and I broke it. So don't do that. I had to get another one. Don't do that. So, and you know what? We have to take these weights, what we weigh, and all these numbers with a grain of salt, right? We're treating the disease of obesity. We're getting healthy. This is a lifelong process. It's going to take as long as it takes. There's new medicines that are going to come out in the next years that are going to be better. Maybe if this one's not the right one for you, there's others on the way. So I know it's frustrating. I get frustrated too. Even in maintenance, sometimes I get frustrated when maybe my weight pops up a pound or two and then doesn't pop back down the way I think it should, right? So I feel your frustration, and you just kind of have to look at it as a long-term plan.
Gwen says, can't afford the shot and the expensive scale. I have a cheap one. That's okay,
That's
Gwen.
okay, Gwen.
You know what? The good thing about scales in general is they are all very good at doing one thing, weighing.
Mm-hmm.
We had just a traditional 4-point stand on it for,
I think I got it.
all of my weight loss, honestly, it came from Aldi, and it worked just fine. I think if you've got one like that, it'll work.
Yeah.
Just be aware that some of those numbers
Body
beyond
fat
weight are probably not indicative of what's really going on. And I can tell you, if you want to go back and look, we did a comparison when we went and got a DEXA scan of the DEXA scan numbers. We have a Renfo scale, which is a standard just 4-point, just your feet scale. and the human body pod, so it kind of shows you the variation. Now that won't be exactly the same variation for your specific scale, but you get an idea of what the difference is. But it'll work, Gwen.
Yeah,
you're fine.
on our original scale, which I still have in my bathroom, by the way, because I've been weighing on that for years. Like, I want that to still collect my information, which is weird, and I should probably like let it go at some point, and maybe I will someday. It's okay. Like, all right, I'm traumatized by the scale. I'll admit it. I'll always have a little scale trauma, right? But the one where you don't pull up the handle, our old scale, that was telling me I had 20% body fat, and I thought I was like some kind of athlete, right? And then we did the DEXA scan and we did the human body pod. Well, I have 30% body fat because it was only measuring my body fat from the waist down. So
I have 21.4% body fat.
Christopher Durham, shut up. Nobody wants to hear your...
I've been optimizing. I don't have to optimize because I'm optimal.
Optimal my ass. But yeah, no. Just know some of the things aren't going to be exactly right. But as long as you're seeing a trend, in the right direction, that's what you want. The Hobbit Mama. Hi, CNL. So glad to catch you as I'm UK-based and often miss the lives. It's late in the UK. Now, month 6 was at 7.5 tirzepatide for 4 months. I've just moved up to 10. Did you find you lost more as you went up doses? I averaged about the same. And I can go back to my videotape, my chart right here. It was about the same. I lost 5 to 7 pounds a month on pretty much any dose. Higher dose does not equate with faster weight loss or more weight loss. It's your body gets used to the medication, the side effects kind of level out. You are able to go up in dose to keep losing. It's not going to lose faster necessarily. Your results may vary. Do you have thoughts on that, Mr. Brown?
Well, I don't think she's asking faster so much as just more.
More. I kept
essentially,
losing.
when you look at the clinical trials, the people who succeed stay on the medication. The single biggest thing is just regularity and consistency on staying on the medication. And it's usually a year to a year and a half of weight loss, depending on how much you need to lose. But for a lot of people, that's where it is you really need to stay there. And then at whatever point you go into maintenance, but depending on what you lose. But it's just that stay on it, and you'll hit doses that are better for you, and you'll hit weeks and months where you lose a lot, where you lose a little. But if you take that average, right? So total amount of weight that you lost divided by the weeks, and you look at that average, at some point it's going to come, and mine was like, I don't even remember what it was at this point, like
1.1 pound
33, or it was but I started out at like,
lost 17 pounds.
Yeah, I started out 17 pounds my first month.
Like,
so
excuse me, sir. Like, I lost 6.8 pounds in my first month, which I was thrilled with.
And you've now been now in month 6. So if you've got a digital scale, what I would tell you is occasionally zoom out. So you're probably looking at the chart on a daily basis, and you're looking at that up and down. Zoom out and look at that graph, and it's doing this, I promise you. And it may have a little dip, a little up and down. A lot of them do. But that long-term trend is what really matters. The day-to-day
linear, right? It's going to have little blips along the way. Michelle Haft-Hudson. Can't believe I caught it live. Well, believe it, Michelle.
Well, thank you for being a member, Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle.
Brenda says, I'm on.
I am on. Hey, Brenda Bolin. 3 shots and a chat. Hi, everyone. I am waiting to get on the bridge program, and I hope it goes smoothly. If I have to continue to pay $349 a month, I am concerned that I won't have the money. Well, everybody wants $50 GLP-1s, so you keep pushing for that bridge program, right? Good for you. I heard an ad on TV for, I just remember this, Foundayo. And you know how, Ozempic, and like, I don't think Zepbound has a song, but Foundayo has a song, and it was to the tune of Funky Town. do, 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 do. Like, Funky Town, won't you Foundayo, like I can't remember how they matched it to Funky Town, but I just remember thinking, I can't believe they're putting Foundayo to the tune of Funky Town. Anyway, if you see that ad, let me know.
Linda4484 says, "Thank you, Christopher, for your latest GLP-1 update. I hope there will be an effective pill for maintenance in the next few years." So if you didn't see it, I released a video today on one of the ADA presentations. This one was on Novo Nordisk for a drug called Zenagamtide.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, well, it's challenging. Sometimes I have to say words like 14 times. There's a lot of editing going on there. If you really listen, I say it wrong several times throughout. Somebody will tell me I'm saying it wrong, I assure you. That's exciting. It's got an amylin in it. It came from amycretin. So there's a lot of good stuff going on. What I would tell you is all of the development... Maintenance is important, but there's no development for maintenance-specific drugs.
It's the same drug.
It's the same drug.
Same drug. It's
the same drug. There are a lot more orals coming, so there may be an oral that happens. That one's pretty exciting. We haven't seen any numbers on how it would be in maintenance. We probably won't for some time now. I'll tell you, the one that's more exciting to me is the Viking drug, VK2735, which is basically oral Zepbound tirzepatide.
With Viking Therapeutics, keep your eye on them, one to watch.
And then there's a company called Kylera, which is basically has an entire portfolio of drugs that exactly mimics Eli Lilly's.
Look out, Eli
Plus,
Lilly,
they've got an oral going on. Actually, their team will be at the OAC. We interviewed Dr. Michelle Cardell a while back, and I think I'm going to end up with an interview with their CEO at OAC because he's going to be there. They just released some diabetes numbers on some of those meds. There's a bunch of stuff coming. I do believe probably not 2 years from now, but 3 years from now, 5 years from now, there will be enough medications out there and options and enough companies fighting for insurance coverage that it will look completely different. And it'll be much easier, much less expensive.
Be like statins when they first came out. Someone said that. I don't know. We'll see.
Doug says, got my $50 Wegovy pills today. Good for you.
Make sure you take it in the morning on the empty stomach with 4 ounces of less of water and don't eat 30 minutes afterwards. Coop, can you see a future where GLP-1 dosing frequency is based more on the drug's half-life than the once weekly schedule used in the original trials? Last year, well, when we were at Obesity Week, when we were at the Obesity Week conference, we saw Dr. Lottie Knutson speak, who worked for Novo Nordisk for many years and was one of the original developers of Ozempic. Yes. She stood up there and told us that it didn't necessarily have to be weekly dosing. They could make the dosing a lot longer if they wanted to. I mean, she even threw out the idea of a once a year shot. So, yeah, in the future, absolutely. After hearing her give that talk, we all went, Dr. Knutson say what? Yeah, she's really cool too.
She is.
She has a really cool
so let's see. Do I believe drugs free? No, I don't believe that anytime in the immediate future. I know there's a lot of conversations around it. Like Dave Knapp interviewed a guy who showed you all of the graphs, and the scientist is absolutely right. And he's got an app that you can see it all on. I think the challenge of it is, for the vast majority of people who take medications on a daily basis, it's hard enough for them to just take the med. Okay, whether it's a pill, whether it's a shot, whether just to remember what they're doing.
Yeah.
So for somebody to use an app, use whatever it is to adjust dosing.
Like if I had to remember every 6 days or every
or adjust it based off of, because the problem with the app that guy has, and it's a very cool app, is it's still just an algorithm guessing. It doesn't actually know. So if there was at some point where my Apple Watch or a CGM or whatever could actually measure the dosage and it could adjust, and maybe it was like insulin and it could do a pump like insulin. Okay, that would be super cool, right? Is there anybody proposing that right now? I have not seen that.
Do I need it to be that exact?
No, I haven't. Now, I will tell you, there's a lot in development around alternate dosing. So there's every 2 weeks. There's monthly. Novo just did a deal with a organization to do the implants. There's patches in development. There's currently no patch available, but there are patches in development. So there's a lot of different dosing strategies, but no, I don't really think it's going to be based off of half-life. I think that's honestly just too complex of a concept for the vast majority of users.
They can make the half-life. They can change they can make the half-life what they want it to be. I don't know why they made the half-life of Zepbound 5 days.
Well, I think what happened was the science has, but Dr. Nitzen was, the science she was talking about, I don't know that they actually understood when they did the original development. This is all stuff, remember, it's all iterative. They figure new stuff out.
Yeah, well, the half-life of Wegovy, Ozempic, is 7 days. So people don't get that drop-off like they get with Zepbound at day 5. I know we've talked to some people with Zepbound or with compounded tirzepatide that do half their shot on Sunday and half their shot on Wednesday. I mean, personally, I don't want to take more than 1 shot a week, but if that's what works for you, then some people do that. It's hard enough for me to remember everything I have to remember.
But there is so much innovation happening in the obesity space right now that it will not look anything like this in 3 to 5 years.
Kipsha, what products have you used for constipation? I recently tried the Penelim tea, but it did not work for me. I take a supplement called Mag07. It's available on my Amazon store. I think it's also at Target now. If you go to the downsized.org and click on store, you can see it in there. It's a magnesium cleanse kind of supplement. You don't take it every day. You only take it as needed at night. Now, I also take, when I remember, I forget about all these things that I have. Sugar-free gummies. They're Benefiber. I forget the name of them. They're on my Amazon store too. But you can take 2 of these sugar-free gummies a day. It's 5 grams of fiber. Gives you a little extra fiber boost. I've also been drinking this drink called AG1. They're going to come up as a sponsor here in the next couple of months, and I feel like that is helping things go through too. I don't have a code yet for that, but so yeah, there's all kinds of remedies on the market. Ask your doctor, what works for you. My doctor recommended Miralax. That might be something that people use that too. How to ham, Tom. GLP-1s is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That sounds like something Darian would say. But you're probably going to get weight loss. So I would hope that I would definitely get something coated in chocolate. But yeah.
Opie says, how do you feel about compounded tirzepatide that comes from a reputable compounder in comparison to
I lost all my weight on it. I lost 50 pounds on compounded tirzepatide.
We have used a telehealth mochi that uses state-regulated compounding pharmacies basically the whole time. I have actually taken compounded tirzepatide from 7 different pharmacies, as well as I have taken Zepbound and Mounjaro in significant volumes. There's a whole history there. You can go back and watch videos, but basically I had a local doctor who really just wasn't as comfortable with the compounding, wanted to monitor me. There's a whole story there. I can tell you, I have never been able to tell the difference if I hadn't known what it was. Lily hates me for this. Their lawyers are writing this down as we speak.
You've been quoted in
I've been quoted in their lawsuits. But my personal experience, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell the difference. Same medication to me, same side effects, same weight loss.
I did very well. I think I took one of his Zepbound shots when we were traveling once. I've been using this. I've taken over, what are we at now? 145 weeks on these. Some weeks I had a colonoscopy, so I can't really say 145 shots, but somewhere in a very high number of shots of compounded medication. So I can definitely stand behind
Gemma
that.
says, does anybody know if Lilly Direct can refer you to someone to write the prescription for you for the Bridge program? I'm concerned that Kaiser's not going to get their act together. So Gemma, you've been around a little while. I think you've been on GLP-1s, correct? So there's two situations there. If you're new to it, like you've never taken a GLP-1, Lily Direct actually has a telehealth that you could use. I don't remember that. You could use Mochi. You could use there's a ton of telehealths out there that you could use that would do that. If you're new, if you have been taking GLP-1s for some time, the way the bridge programs is a doctor has to attest to your starting BMI when you started GLP-1s, which means that a new doctor has to have that information. So honestly, you're going to be better off working with your current doctor, whoever has your records and know all that. Otherwise, you're going to have to figure out some way to get that telehealth doctor who really is going to you talk to for 15 or 20 minutes at most. It's not the same relationship you have with an in-person doctor. It would be a real challenge. You could try, but I think you're probably better off using your local doctor. They've got to fill out the form and attest to where you began. If the new doctor doesn't know, how are they going to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I did see something on Mochi's. I don't know if it was an email or I saw it on the website. They can connect. Their system can connect to your healthcare records and do like a direct download, like before you meet with their doctor, so that their doctor has all your records.
And the challenge of that is that depends on the other doctor's records, and so there are multiple record systems out there, and they don't all talk to each other.
Yeah. But I thought that was cool. They had the ability to start putting some of those together. Grammy's Protein Kitchen. When I hit my weight goal in December, I had a picture taken of me holding both my grandkids. Together, they weighed about the amount of weight I lost. Wow. It's a great visual, right? That's awesome. Jen Foxy, I'm having surgery Monday, so I've had to skip shop this week. I was really nervous about it. Don't be. I was so afraid to lose the 20 pounds I've lost in 8 weeks. You won't, but I have to say I'm still losing this week. Yeah, if you... surgery, colonoscopy, some kind of procedure like that, and you have to miss a shot, follow your doctor's instructions. Don't go more or less than what your doctor says. Make sure your doctor knows what you're taking. Discuss that with them beforehand. You want them to be well aware of that. And, I've done, what have I done now? 3 colonoscopies while I've been on this GLP-1s.
I've done 2.
Yeah. And I had to go off of them, and it was fine. You're not going to gain back your weight overnight.
And so the thing is, Jen, there's still medicine in your body.
Yeah.
So although the half-life is 5 days, it takes 4 full weeks for it to cycle out. Basically, it gets to the half-life, and then there's half the amount. You take another shot, it builds up. The next half of this shot goes away.
Yeah.
You take another shot, it builds up, and so on and so on and so on.
And when I had to do that, I was just very aware of what I was eating. Just very aware. Like, this is not a time to go off the rails, so to speak, or it's not a time to like have a lot of high calorie foods or high calorie meals. Like, it's a time to like be on the straight and narrow and keep on all your good things that you've been working on. But yeah, you'll be fine. And good luck on your surgery.
Let's see, what time is it? It is, it's 9:08, and we have been doing this for 2 hours and 7 minutes. There's 295 people out there and 247 likes. My name is Christopher Durham, and this is my lovely wife, Laraine Durham. And JoJo was here earlier.
JoJo's on the floor over here.
Let me see if there's any emergency things here. If we have not answered your question this evening, we'll be back same bat time, same bat channel next week, 7 o'clock. If you could also leave it on our Ask the Downsized video, make sure you use the question mark, and we usually answer 10 to 15 questions each week doing that.
Yep.
So stay tuned.
Yep. When we are in Orlando, I guess we'll still have our Downsized Live on that Wednesday.
I don't know. I don't know what day it'll be. Probably not. Probably we will actually do the live during the daytime. because we will have the studio, so the live may have some special guests. And if you remember how we did Obesity Week,
Darian was on our live.
Darian could be, Dennis could be a random doctor. It could be, I don't know, there'll be a lot going on, and I'll have a whole studio there. So probably it'll be either a morning or afternoon live, and you might see us go live a couple of days because, we're there. It's all set up. That's what we're doing. So
that's what we're there to do content. So,
all right.
So if you hit the subscribe button and then you see that bell, I think it's probably on this side, hit that bell, then you'll get notifications whenever we go live. So, our schedule might be fluctuating while we're in Orlando for the OAC, Your Weight Matters conference. So I would encourage you to please subscribe, hit the bell, and then you'll be in the know for all of our happenings.
All right. Camaro Dust says, Christopher, tell us more about protein powders. Is the price difference worth the extra dollars?
He doesn't know anything
Camaro
about
Dust,
protein.
I don't do protein powders. I don't take any.
He puts them in the Ninja Creamy. That's as much as he touches a protein powder.
That's it. I don't do any extra protein added things, period.
I will tell you.
I think it all tastes like linoleum and sadness.
Except for the number one that everybody likes the best is
Fairlife.
The Fairlife shakes taste the best by far. Now, they're pricey. They are pricey. So if you're going to be drinking a lot of these, they're pricey. I like the Premier Protein because I think the ready to drink ones, because I think they still taste good, and I can get them for around $2 a bottle. Protein powders, I get the ones at Aldi sometimes. I've tried ones from other makers and manufacturers. I don't really have a particular one that I'm tied to that way. But, look at the label, read the ingredients, look at the calories and the protein, and, they're all pretty similar. I don't like the ones that are like vegan protein. I don't think
you don't like
pea
protein.
Good. Yeah. I don't like the pea protein ones. I don't like those. Now, some people love them, so you do you, boo. TT Trucker. Hello to my favorite YouTube couple, to Laraine. Are you going to try the Zepbound Quick Pen too? Well, if I had an extra $400 a month, I might, but I think I stick to Mochi for $199 compounded trizepatide. If it ever got cheaper, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm all about price. I've always been driven by price because we've never been covered with insurance.
Lisa Nutton says, my weight loss doc said I wouldn't qualify for Medicare Bridge because Medicare is already paying some for my Zepbound. Did I misunderstand, or did my doc? You did, Lisa. I'm sorry. So if you are currently covered by a Medicare Part D program for whatever reason, the sleep apnea, cardiac issues, whatever reason, if you're already covered by Medicare Part D, you are not eligible to participate in the Bridge program. Basically, you've been covered. Now, unfortunately, sometimes that still means it's a lot of money, but all right, let's see.
Yeah, if you try to get Bridge, you don't qualify for Bridge, you don't want to, there's all compounded. Try the Mochi compounded. I mean, that's my link and code in the description. Carla Hammonds. Hey, beautiful people. Happy hump day, everyone. Going on first cruise to Alaska while on trizepatide. Any advice? We've made whole videos about it, Carla. Am I able to bring protein shakes on Royal Caribbean? I've seen varying
not officially. So if you read the way it's written, no is the answer. But I think as long as they're kind of like soda can size ones, they don't really care.
Yeah.
Soda bottle size ones, they don't really care.
Yeah. Now, if you get the drink package, a lot of cruise, I think Royal Caribbean had like some of the the Fairlife shakes that you could get on the drink package. I personally, I haven't been taking, I mean, I have at times, but lately I have not been taking protein powders, protein shakes with me on cruises because there's so many different types of protein, so many great fruits and vegetables. I didn't feel like I was lacking. I felt like I wanted to eat breakfast, eggs, and maybe a piece of bacon and some nice fruit and be on my way, right? There's so many choices. Hey, Richie, thank you for your super chat of $9.99. I said my Bridge program wasn't working, and I was sad. I just got off the phone with Amazon Pharmacy, and where the RX is, they informed me that they will launch on the 17th, and she sees that I was approved.
Oh, well, that's great. Congratulations.
Yay!
All right.
Amazon Prime.
Somebody asked, and now that I've switched over, it's just gone. So we're going to be done, but let me pull this down. Somebody asked, I mentioned that I was on compounded tirzepatide, Zepbound, and Mounjaro. Tell me about the experience. It's the same. The only difference is the application device and the cost. I could not tell the difference even one little bit. First of all, Zepbound and Mounjaro are the same exact medication, made in the same factory by the same manufacturer. The only difference is the label. That's it. There's no difference between those two. Where there can be differences is because Mounjaro is approved for type 2 diabetes. Sometimes doctors have a different strategy for titrating you for diabetes because they're managing A1C. But as far as weight loss and me using all three of the medications, no difference.
When Christopher's doctor prescribed him Mounjaro, there was no such thing as Zepbound. It hadn't come out yet. And so a few months after he started the Mounjaro, the Zepbound came out, and then we kind of went back and forth because there was shortages then back there in 2024. He originally started with me on the compounded, and then at a checkup with his doctor said, you know what, you've got high blood pressure, you've got high cholesterol, and now you're starting on a GLP-1, and I want you to come in more often, and I want to keep my eye on you. And I don't know this compounding. I don't know them. So Christopher's doctor said I would be much more comfortable if you would just do the branded, and we could monitor you more closely. So that's what he did for the first, I don't know, 6-8 months of the journey.
And I've had a Zepbound prescription. That's how I got the quick bend. It's been there.
So, but now he's team compounded. But yeah, I mean, it's. I'm
not team compounded. I'm not team branded. I'm team getting the medicine I need. I am not loyal to any manufacturer, telehealth, compounding pharmacy. I am loyal to the medicine that I need to be healthy, and if that changes, I will change medicine.
Well, I was thinking of Mark Clem, team tirzepatide. So we're all team. Well, we're team tirzepatide.
I will be team tirzepatide until something else comes along. I asked in the video today, well, would you switch from the shot? And all these people, I love my shot. I don't care. I don't care if it's a shot, a patch, a pill, a suppository. I don't care. Give me the medication I need to stay healthy at a reasonable price, and I will do it.
Whatever is the best price is where you're going to see me going. Price and effectiveness, right? And for me right now, price is compounded, and that's just the way it is. So there you go.
Brooklyn Joyce, I'm going to answer you. So I'm on bridge, so I'm going to use quick pen because you do a quick show and tell on how the pen works. I have a video. If you go back to the channel and look, there is a video of me walking you through the entire process. Yep. All right. We are going to be done for today. It is now 9:17 Eastern Standard Time here in Charlotte, North Carolina. There's Brooklyn Joyce Kitty.
See you later, alligators. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us. Please like and subscribe to The Downsized.
And my name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are The Downsized.